Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we are tackling a really critical operational challenge that absolutely every team scaling AI is going to face eventually, and that is FinOps for large language model systems. We're going to look specifically at cost and token monitoring, because as AI moves out of the prototype phase and into actual enterprise scale, we hit this completely new problem. Unlike traditional software where server costs are fairly predictable, foundation models can have these wild, unpredictable usage spikes. I mean, literally every operation, reasoning, memory access, tool use, it all burns tokens. And that means tracking your token consumption isn't just a nice-to-have that you retrofit later, it has to be instrumented from day one.
Here is our exact blueprint for today's explainer. We'll start with the invisible scale problem, break down the anatomy of token spend, look at component-level attribution, anomaly detection, optimization levers, and then tie it all together with a real-world cost investigation. Okay, let's dive into this. Section 1, the invisible scale problem, and really the deceptive nature of scale itself. So, the reality of LLM API costs is that they are billed purely by usage per token. And honestly, this makes them incredibly deceptive during the development phase. To put that into perspective, think about a standard pipeline that consumes, say, 2,000 tokens per request. Now, at 100 requests a day, that costs almost nothing, right? It barely even registers. But at 100,000 daily requests, suddenly that exact same pipeline produces a massive infrastructure line item. The math catches up to you fast.
And it gets so much worse when things go wrong. I mean, a team publicly shared that they had spent $47,000 running AI agents in production before they even understood where the money was actually going. No way do you want to be the one opening that cloud bill. If a misconfigured agent makes just 5 extra tool calls per request, that cost multiplies exponentially at scale. This right here proves why you absolutely cannot retrofit monitoring after the invoice arrives.
Moving right along to Section 2, Anatomy of Token Spend. Let's deconstruct the black box.
And this brilliantly illustrates what actually drives token consumption inside a modern pipeline. When you look under the hood, a well-engineered context payload isn't just the text a user typed in. It is a composite of dynamically assembled components. You have your foundational system instructions, the user query, conversational memory, tool results, and retrieved knowledge-based data. All of these invisible inputs get packed together into the context window before the model even generates a single word.
Let's walk through this stacked cost decomposition to see how these drivers behave. The system prompt, that's a fixed cost per request. But retrieved context is variable. It completely depends on how many external data chunks you're pulling in. Then you have conversation history, which is a growing token type that just keeps accumulating across turns if you don't manage it. Tool calls vary per agent step. And of course, the model output varies based on response length. So in multi-step agent workflows, these drivers compound recursively.
All right, Section 3, component-level cost attribution. We need to stop the guesswork.
To actually get a handle on this, you need to associate every single token spent with the specific component that generated it. Just contrast blind overall spend with component-level spend for a second. With blind spend, you're staring at this massive infrastructure bill with zero idea if it came from wordy outputs, crazy retrieval, or a broken agent loop. But component-level spend pinpoints the cost directly to retrieval, inference, or tool execution. This means your engineering team can target their optimization efforts accurately, rather than just taking a shot in the dark.
Which brings us to Section 4, detecting pipeline cost anomalies. Time to read the vital signs. So, step 1 here is establishing a baseline cost per request distribution, and then setting up automated alerts for when requests significantly exceed it. But I want you to consider this. What does a cost anomaly actually indicate in a distributed AI system? When that alert fires, why did that one specific request suddenly cost 5 times more than average?
Well, the usual suspects are typically these failure modes. First, you could have a runaway agent loop that's just executing tool calls over and over without making any progress. Second, you might have an unexpectedly massive retrieved context, like maybe a bug pulled an entire database table instead of a quick summary. Or third, just a dramatically long, unanticipated user input. By connecting your cost alert directly to the execution trace, engineers can open it up and immediately identify the culprit.
On to Section 5. Let's do a fast-paced preview of the levers for cost optimization that we'll cover more deeply in Arc 4.
Here are the 3 main levers that structurally reduce your cost burden. Number 1 is semantic caching. This is where you recognize when incoming queries are semantically similar to past ones and serve cached responses instead of hitting the API at all. Number 2 is batch processing, which routes multiple non-interactive requests through a single bulk inference call at a huge discount. And number 3 is model routing, basically sending the simpler requests to smaller, cheaper models and saving the heavy flagship models for the really complex tasks.
And the impact of applying these levers is absolutely staggering. We are often talking about 50 to 70% savings at unit scale. I mean, there is generally an 18 to 20 times cost gap between a flagship model and a small model, so routing away from flagship models for simple tasks or using caching isn't just saving pennies, it yields order of magnitude savings across millions of requests.
So the crucial point is, how does this look in practice? Section 6, End-to-End Cost Investigation. Let's put it all together.
Let's walk step by step through a generic real-world scenario to prove why everything we just talked about is so valuable. Imagine a team notices their daily token spend has tripled over the last 2 weeks, but the request volume hasn't gone up at all. Without FinOps observability, this is panic mode. But with it, it's a simple process. Step 1, the alert goes off. Step 2, they look at the trace, and component-level cost attribution reveals the retrieval component is the main driver. Step 3, they check the payload and identify a configuration bug that accidentally doubled the retrieved chunks per query. And step 4, they resolve it by adjusting the retrieval parameters back to baseline. What could have been a runaway budget crisis is handled as a simple parameter fix.
And that is exactly why building cost attribution in from the start is non-negotiable. Observability truly unlocks scale. But it does leave us with one major question. How do these systems handle the load when things really start to scale up? Well, we have covered evaluation and observability. The next arc goes one layer deeper, how LLM systems actually serve requests under load, and the engineering that makes them fast and affordable at scale. See you then.